and I forgot to do the credits, but that's okay. And so theoretically we are live. That's the wrong chat.
Yep, there we are. I see us.
Hey. So let's see if I can find. Did I mess up the chat? I probably did. Yeah, I did. Alright, so let me switch this monitor back. So, how you doing, Matthew? As I'm screwing everything up.
Well, you know, I think the spyware that I planted on your computer is doing its job and causing lots of problems.
That is true.
But
I'm
I'm doing better.
I will say this: you're a better person than the people at Assurion. So who after holding my computer hostage for 4 months decided that they couldn't fix it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it because they didn't have the parts?
They didn't say. They just said, nope, we've determined that we cannot repair your computer.
Yeah, maybe if they had done it, 4 months ago, everything would have been fine.
And oh man, I will tell you, and so so instead they're going to mail me a check for instead of repairing the computer. It's like, oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate that.
This better be a big check. I mean,
no, it's not going to be a big check. It's just going to be because it's based on the price that I paid for the computer. Which, of course, the problem is, can I replace the computer for that amount? Of course not, because good luck getting a computer with a good graphics card these days.
Yeah.
And so,
or a graphics card.
Yeah, really. So basically, they said, well, sorry, we can't do anything for you. Yeah, so, but I do want to say this. Thank you for what you did, because thanks to you, I have a functioning computer. And,
Now, I did, by the way, I went to my post office to try and start the insurance process. Mm-hmm. And they said you can't do it in person. You have to go online. I said, are you kidding me? I got told I had to do this in person. And like, oh, nope, you have to do it online. And so I'm going to try to do online here, and we will find out, how wrong they are. And then I'll go back, and we'll do this, You know how government work goes. Next window, previous window.
So yeah, dealing with the bureaucracies, that's always a pleasure. So yeah, but the funny thing is, despite the fact that, you were working with, 6-7-year-old parts and putting together a computer that I barely managed to rip apart for you. And then a mailman decides to just chuck it at my front porch. I still have a computer that works. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for that, because I would not have it if not for your help. So thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure, and they were good parts. I mean, make no mistake.
Well, I got the best I could get for their day. And yes, I know, John, Matthew's been working on Nomad for quite a while.
It's funny you say that.
You got
a stretch over here. I got my test board out.
Oh yeah.
And this is not
do you have
Nomad.
Do you have any Nomad parts around? Do you have any of Nomad near you?
No, so all my Nomad stuff I have in a box next to Nomad in my garage. Right, I have a whole workbench set up down there where I can do stuff. But this is I was actually trying to replicate a Nintendo controller. So
yeah, so you're busy trying to make a Nintendo controller instead of Nomad. And it's not ignore Thomas Day, I promise. All right, so if you could put the link in the chat as usual.
Oh yes, of course.
Now today is kind of a different movie night. We're going to have it's an all animation night, and we're going to have the final 2 episodes of Invincible, and I will tell you, they're doozies.
Hey, let me jump in here real quick. I do apologize for interrupting you. Piano Dean is saying if we could take just a minute to ask everyone to keep Piano Mom in your prayers. It's her 87th birthday today, and She was hospitalized with pneumonia a couple days ago.
Man, I didn't see that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been having problems with the chat. So
she took a bad turn birthday before yesterday, and we were worried. Has shown slight improvement today.
Oh man, I am sorry that you're going. Yeah, that can be very stressful, and absolutely, Piano D, we will keep her in our prayers, and you for having strength for her. But absolutely, my friend, and you know, 87 years is a gift, and you know, cherish every moment you have with her, and try to spend some good time with her when she recovers, and hopefully she does fully recover, and that you can and get some good stories from her. Because I'll tell you, the elderly are great for learning. I mean, you get those crazy stories about what it was like for them when they were kids, because it's just insane when you start learning what life was really like. But yes, absolutely. And thank you for catching that, Matthew, because I'm sorry I don't always catch the chat. It's hard for me to pay attention to much of anything these days. And I couldn't see the chat because I had 10 windows up and trying to get everything arranged. And you're just trying
complete luck of the draw that I even saw it.
But yeah, excuse me. Don't you? I hate it when you have a sneeze that's like right there and it just doesn't want to come out. Yeah.
Okay, so you were talking about tonight is a special movie night for me. For everyone, yes. Really, but especially me.
Yes, you're going to see... wow, me sneeze a whole lot. I tell you, we've been moving stuff around, and because of that, a lot of dust in the air. And the one thing, I don't have a lot of allergies, but one thing I am violently allergic to is dust mites. And so when we kick up a lot of dust, yeah, that gets me. So yeah, all animation night. So we're going to have the last 2 episodes of Invincible. And I think it's good to watch the last 2 back to back, because when you watch the second to last episode, which is what we're going to start with, when it ends, you're going to be like, oh, I got to watch the next episode. And so, so we'll get to watch the last episode. And then when that one ends, you're going to be like, oh, we got to watch the next season. But yeah, the next season hasn't come out yet, so you're out of luck. Then we're going to have a special request, a short movie that was requested by John DeMarco. I don't know if you were told what it was. So
I was not.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil that one right now. But don't worry, it's a request by John DeMarco, so you know that it's nowhere near as graphic and violent as Invincible.
Well, yeah, granted that, but will it be better? What am I about to get in here for?
Yes, it's the Adventures of Dolphin Land.
The latest Barbie movie.
Yeah,
I found a cave down there.
Oh, oh, you had to go back to that. That was that. I still have nightmares.
I just can't believe they did that dialogue in a Barbie movie.
All right, so please click on the link. Join us in the screening room. If you haven't seen Invincible before and you've been watching it with us, this is an incredible finale. Definitely worth unlike there's a lot of serialized shows on streaming services. Most of the time, the finale is just a setup for the next season. And this
like
one,
Loki.
Yeah, well, and 99% of streaming shows do this, right? Because they want to hook you for season 2. And this one does that to a certain extent, but it's still a good payoff. It's a payoff to where you don't feel ripped off. You feel like, okay, I get what's coming next season, and next season will be bigger and better than this season, but you don't feel like I got ripped off. You felt like you got a complete story. And so, at least that's how I walked away from it. I'll be interested to see how you feel at the end of it. So go ahead and roll it whenever you are ready, my friend. I got I got a bucket of popcorn here. I know you can't. You can't even see it, man. That sucks. I have my.
I can imagine it though. I see it in my mind. There's a bucket. I see some chili powder of some sort being put on it.
But what you can't see is that I'm gonna have to take a picture of it and like send it to you on Skype. It's actually in my official licensed Marvel Captain America Civil War popcorn bucket because we're watching superhero stuff with lots of action in it.
Oh, nice.
And
okay,
so
play.
There we go. I see it playing. Man. So, yes, Matthew's mind is in the gutter. We know Matthew's just a filthy, filthy guy. So, of course, we start with scenes from last time.
Oh, yeah. Bad choice on his part to...
Yeah. This episode is also the one that reveals why people don't like her.
See, I didn't like her at the first... And maybe I misheard that scene where they talked about how... Oh, what was it? How you realized that you made your boyfriend at the time.
What about...
You hear the music? From whom? I'm not seeing it on my end. No sound now? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So anyway, the first time you were introduced to her, you had this moment where it seemed like she very much intentionally got her boyfriend to attack Mark, and right. It seemed like that made her feel really special. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure if that's really what happened. It might have been that I misunderstood things as we were watching here together, because that's not who she's been since that moment.
Right. No, I don't think she set that up. I think that she was impressed that he stood up for her. But yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Fabulous driving there, he knows Mark is invincible now, but Amber doesn't, right?
No. Man, she has got the best powers. She can pretty much do anything she wants.
Yes, Thomas, it's a shocker, but Matthew may have misunderstood something. So I saw the subtitles on, who was it? The Everything Wrong With channel. Mm-hmm. They did episode 2 of Invincible.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that her name is Atom Eve, as in a nuclear atom. Mm-hmm. I thought it was Adam, like Adam right. And Eve. And the giant feminist symbol with a cross through it really made me think that, but knowing it's Atom Eve
right, she
really reframes her symbol.
Right, because she can manipulate things at the atomic level. See, everybody keeps wanting to know, why did he do it?
Yeah.
How can you trust him?
Seriously, that's a big ask. I mean, it certainly would be interesting if he was innocent this whole time, but like, just think about real life. I don't think I'd be able to trust someone who had done this.
Not with, I mean, because he's not even telling her now.
Yeah.
Like, he's just saying, yes, I did it, and trust me, I had a reason.
Which, I mean, if he was a... dick move, man.
Yeah.
Like, if he was under duress or something, I can understand why maybe he couldn't tell her.
And there's Bobby.
Thomas. Dang it, Bobby. Thomas was saying, yet you recommended someone who you thought scammed you? What's this?
Remember you said that you're going to recommend someone that scammed you?
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it totally stops today. I promise that even though every time I've said that it's going to stop, it didn't stop. Today is the day it all changes.
Yeah. Bad move.
Man, I don't think I'd reveal my secret identity to a girl who just dumped me. I feel like she's very justified at this moment in her actions.
Right, but this is why people got pissed, because they figured that she was wrong there. I don't necessarily agree, because I think that at this point in their relationship, he needed to make the call to either trust her with the information or to not have a relationship with her. You know?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be a superhero and you're going to get into a relationship, you either need to, let them know that, hey, I'm going to be called away at a moment's notice. It can happen. Or you need to just not get involved.
That's great. He dumps out all the milk and fills it with beer. Because training doesn't involve beer. Come on, man. Pay attention. I am dying to know what's going on there with them. Well, that's not creepy. This show has done a great job of setting up so many mysteries.
Oh, yeah, but the best thing is, these mysteries are all about to be shown, and they make sense. That's what I like about it. It's not just mysteries for mystery's sake, like we get in a lot of stuff. Everything that we're going to see kind of makes sense.
And I don't feel like any part of the mystery has been, like, neglected.
Right.
Like, they're doing a good job balancing it so that every part feels organic here. Like, I don't feel like I got short-sheeted on things.
Right. Oh, it's Bird of Prey.
Oh, it's that guy. Ah, nice. Okay, so the robot got deformed or something at some point.
Right, because he's not a robot at all. He's just a very deformed person.
And he's been using the robots to be his hands and legs.
Right.
It's a very young version of himself.
No, it's not a young version of himself.
Oh. Oh.
Think about it. When did he get some DNA?
I see. Very interesting.
See, it all comes together now. By the way, I'm gay. You know, that's they just need to show that in every episode. You know.
You know, aside from the sexuality, I identify a lot with this guy. He really resonates with me.
Oh, shut up!
You know, being oblivious to things that are really obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Well, that scene right there proves that he is the worst character ever. Who eats only the bottom part of a hamburger with cheese and no meat?
Well, the guy
He's
you
clearly a
resonate
villain.
with, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, he's really not thinking straight here.
But he's right.
Even if he's half right. Like Mark is woefully inadequate to fight his dad. Like even if he was as strong as him, just in terms of raw experience, he's gonna get mopped all over the place.
Correct. I mean, just look at them. Dad is like 3 times his size.
Mm-hmm.
So Dad's clearly got more muscle, more experience. There's no it's no contest.
And he's totally alien. Mark is only half. That's probably going to account for a lot in terms of how invulnerable he actually is.
Actually, they are going to explain that.
Oh.
If air burns his lungs, how is he alive?
I guess he's been in that fluid?
But I mean, how did he survive, like, birth?
I guess I had assumed that this happened to him post-birth. Like, otherwise, you're right. There's no way he could have survived this whole time. Like, he would have died as an infant.
That's messed up, though. But you see, that's kind of like how the transporter works. That's why I say the transporter is a death machine.
Did you ever watch the movie The Prestige?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine his first act is just going to be walk over and kill himself. Are you calling us stupid?
Well, they're non-binary.
Oh, good thing a simple hot wire is all it took to reprogram the system.
Yeah, twist two wires together. That fixes, all the dense neurons. Is it just me, or does that look like a warp core?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming he's a villain at the end of the day, but I'm really rooting for this to work out for him.
You're assuming who's a villain? Robot?
Yeah. Like, I don't, he doesn't strike me as the sort of person who, once everything's said and done, is like, yeah, we're good now. I feel like he's the sort of person who goes, yeah, we're good now. I'm going to go kill some people. You know, obviously starting with himself.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Interesting. So I'm totally right here, but he's at least compassionate about it.
Well, he didn't want to kill the other one.
Well, yeah, but that was always his plan to do it.
Right.
So at least he's not like, I don't need this anymore. That is an awesome key. I love it. Is there no honor among thieves? Couldn't you let them go?
But he is not a thief. He's a hero.
The moment you realize you are in trouble. Autobots, roll out. Don't mind me, I'm just too lazy to use my feet.
Hey, if you could fly, why would you walk anywhere? Seriously. I think he's angry.
Ooh.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
You guys do know I'm invincible, right? Not the superhero invincible, just literally invincible. Did he kill that guy with a shockwave?
Mm-hmm.
Or girl? I guess that one's a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch. She was 180 degrees off normal.
Bobby? But propane, it's so smooth.
Bobby grew up.
You know what happens when you ignite propane, Bobby? The same thing that happens to everything else. There goes the propane.
When Bobby grew a backbone just in time for it to be grabbed.
And Alex is bleaching his skull collection. Dude, you make me nervous. I did nothing.
You got my suit dirty. Meanwhile, with Adam Greenpeace. Is that how it would work, you think? Would a clone always know what the other one's thinking?
Well, in their case, yes, because keep in mind that they are not only just clones, but they are exact copies of their neural pattern. Because each one of them, when they are created, has a perfect copy of the other's memories. That's why they keep arguing over which one is the clone.
Yeah, it just seems like there'd be some quantum fluctuations the further apart you go from the initial cloning.
Yeah, but
you, like,
they were cloned just like, weeks ago. Remember when they escaped at the beginning of this season? One of them was killed.
Yeah.
And actually, it wasn't even the beginning. It was midway through the season that they escaped. Because they were captured at the beginning of the season, and then Robot arranged for them to escape, but one of them was killed. And then he had to clone the other one, and then they made the clone of Robot's. Okay, so that clone's only, maybe a few weeks old.
I guess maybe other people are just more stable than I am. I think I'd be pretty quickly disagreeing with myself. Is that blood on your glove, sir? Let's see. Thomas wants to know, what one of my favorite movies is this? It has Gandalf, Vision, the French special ops guy from Godzilla 1998, Doc Ock, and Sheriff Woody. Big?
I have no idea.
Exactly. His eyes could do the spinning. Of all the people, though.
He does explain it.
Thomas, was I anywhere close to right with Big? I don't think Gandalf was in Saving Private Ryan. Five months. I hadn't realized that much time had passed since they started dating.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job at making it feel like that much time went by. Yeah, it looks pretty nice to me. So I wonder who's paying her cell phone bill.
Yeah, probably her mom and dad, yeah.
Wow, you just laugh at the destruction, all the little animals getting killed.
It was his response right before that. He wouldn't dare. The Da Vinci Code? Did you like the Da Vinci Code movie?
I don't know this one, Thomas. I don't.
Hit him again. Yeah, because it worked so well the first time.
Oh, you got it.
Those sassy little punks trying to hit me with a laser.
They gave him a nosebleed.
I did cheat. I did, Thomas. I couldn't think of a single movie that had Ian McGregor and Tom Hanks. Or McKellen. Ian McKellen. I think Rex had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Did Kirk get into a fight on the bar K7? No. That was Scotty and Chekhov and I think the other two people who were with them were nameless.
Well, don't forget O'Brien, Worf.
Well, yeah, I mean, later on. So I'm curious if he has tech that lets him teleport, or if that's his mutant ability.
Remember, he has the watch. Anybody can teleport as long as they got the watch and the equipment.
Let's see. John wants to know which of his favorite movies that are not part of the MCU have both Jarvises. That'd be Master and Commander. What's the subtitle of that? Like Far Ends of the Earth or Far Ends of the World?
Has both Jarvises? What do you mean by both Jarvises?
Both the actors who have played Jarvis.
And I'm not frightened, Alex. I'm just worried about you. Remember them?
Oh yeah, the people who were able to at least hurt Mark a little bit.
Yeah.
No means no.
Oh, see, I didn't watch Agent Carter, so I didn't know about James Darcy.
I did not know about James Darcy as well.
Then how did you know about both Jarvises?
I remembered he had mentioned it once. But here we are seeing why Mark would be absolutely incapable of beating his dad.
Right.
His dad, I mean, even if they had the exact same strength, which I think you're right, his dad is definitely a lot more powerful. But even if they did have the exact same strength, his experience is just so obvious.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, and he has so much more experience than you even realize.
Gross. What a way to send a message.
Uh-oh, they're getting out Hail Mary. And they wanted to eat a watch. Care to guess what Hail Mary is?
I don't.
You're going to love it. Everything that they're using is stuff we've already seen.
Huh.
The kaiju he fought.
Oh, yeah. He tried to bring it home. Cook it up. Thomas is saying that Tom Hanks, the people who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Eric Selvig are in this movie. Is this a different movie? Or are you still talking about Da Vinci Code?
The people who play Obi-Wan, well, that would be Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor.
A different movie, okay.
I don't know. Thomas, you're breaking my brain today. And Alex says my superhero name would be the Dusty Irate Mastodon. Wow. Probably accurate, but wow.
I love that he realizes that Omni-Man will win this fight.
Mm-hmm. Not Alec. Well, you said the people who play Obi-Wan. There's only 2 people that have played Obi-Wan that I know of. Unless you're talking about someone who like voiced him in the animated show that's not Alec Guinness or Ewan McGregor. Oh, don't worry, you got plenty of time for John's movie. We still got another episode of Invincible.
Thomas, give us a hint for your movie. I'm trying not to look it up and just remember it. I mean, I could name random Tom Hanks movies, but I think that's cheating. Now, I missed what Robot said this control color, well, I guess it's in the name, but what this color actually does.
It would give them control over the immortal.
So he kind of got a savage character. The guy who, as a caveman, was exposed to something otherworldly and... Tom's saying Tom Hanks playing the same character for Da Vinci Code? Well, so it's... Whoa.
It's one of the other Da Vinci movies.
I think having your head cut off would piss you off sufficiently. Yeah, Alex, I agree. The Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely came at the height of vampire novels. But honestly, I felt like the ending to it made no sense whatsoever. Like, he spends his whole life fighting vampires, and now, oh, we need to preserve his life by turning him into a vampire. And he's happy about it. Spoilers. Now wait, why didn't Cecil bring the immortal back? Surely he would have realized you could have detached the head.
So, Immortal round 2. He's going for a serious vengeance here. There you go, Valor. The great salty Quantum Resonator, man. I'll take it.
I can't even tell if the Immortal is doing anything to him. It's like I think the Hail Mary might have been doing more damage than the Immortal is.
Yeah, I think that that'll pretty much wrap it up there for the Immortal.
You realize you're 30 still, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess she's technically older than she looks, too, but... So, let's have a chat.
Yeah, I'd say we need to talk. The end.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I would have been like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that's one of those endings that you're like, no, no, no! Oh, yeah, look at this shot. Beautiful cornfield. Oh, it's raining.
It's raining, man. Hallelujah.
Now, LDG would be extremely upset because that was clearly a different take. Here we go.
Present tense, believe in our cause, not believed.
You know, I will never watch that movie again, Alex, because that was just too disturbing.
Joe_Biden $1. Okay, my handlers think I'm sleeping. I'm now ready to play
What movie is
your game.
this?
Who wants to be a millionaire? But I can't answer any modern day political questions because I have no idea what is happening.
You really don't know?
And I'm whispering so they can't hear me. Hail China, Karoga number 22.
Malcolm
Singing in the
McDowell,
Rain, then Malcolm
McDowell singing in the rain. Yeah. Okay, listen to what he's saying. His dad is thousands of years old.
Dang. And then he says it's so pure that he's basically full-blooded.
Yeah.
Not half. And Thomas says you might have missed a donation there?
Yeah, it was Joe Biden. I'm trying to bring it up here. Give me just a second. I forgot to get a copy of... There we go.
Oh, gosh.
Wrong thing to say.
He should have watched Guardians of the Universe Volume 2.
Yeah.
You never diss a kid's mom.
Guardians of the Universe? It was Matthew. So Joe Biden says...
the universe?
Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah. So Joe Biden donated $1. Said, okay, handlers, I think I'm sleeping. I'm ready to play your game. Who wants to be a millionaire? But I can't enter any modern day political questions because I have no idea what's happening. And I'm whispering so they can't hear me. Hail China, Karoga number 22. I'm sorry, Joe. We're done with Jeopardy, but maybe next time in 2 weeks you can try again. But thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate your dollar. And I completely, just Mr. President, yeah, you should probably take a nap. And there you go. That's how one-sided the fight is.
Nice scene right there, though.
Yeah.
Showing that he both cares for his son and yet believes so wholeheartedly in his cause that he's like, yeah, we're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I've been trying to do this whole time?
Yeah.
See, I would have thought, I guess, you know, he was more concerned about being attractive to the girl, but I would have thought Robot would have chosen Mark's blood. You know, be invincible.
Mm-hmm. And John saying, came up with the theme. Name this movie: James Bond, Darth Vader, Dr. Selvig. Which James Bond?
Vader are we talking about?
Which
we talking James Earl Jones or the guy in the suit?
Well, David Prowse didn't really do much besides Vader, did he?
Like, I'm assuming he means the voice, the one that everyone associates as Darth Vader. But I could see John being tricky and actually meaning the guy in the suit.
The original Bond, so Sean Connery. So that would be The Hunt for Red October.
Was Connery the first?
Yes, Connery was the first. My gosh, you don't know? Yeah. Are we going to have to watch all the Bond films on movie night?
Oh, my goodness.
You know, there's like 25 of them or something now.
I don't think I've watched any Bond movies.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the new
man.
stuff was quite by choice. The old stuff is just I haven't had a chance to actually watch it.
Okay.
Barry Nelson, I looked it up. He, no wait, they might just, no, that wouldn't be alphabetical. Yeah, they're saying that Barry Nelson came first. It's a TV series. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Sean Connery was the first on the silver screen.
Yeah. I can't believe how brutal he is. That's true. Hayden Christensen was also Vader. Okay, this is how hard he punches him. This is what a full strength punch from Omni-Man does.
La 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 la.
Hayden was Vader adjacent.
You know, catching a building from the side like that, I bet it's not designed to really, be able to hold weight that direction.
Well, that's kind of the point here. See, the building is crumbling around him.
Yeah.
He tried, but it doesn't work that way. See, he's a good kid, but he's naive, and he doesn't understand how things work.
Did he at least save the girl?
Well, he saved her arm. I know it's brutal and all that, but at the same time, I mean, there's a point to it. It's showing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you killed those people.
But what a cold view from him.
Right.
I mean, like we live for thousands of years. So what? It's 50 years. That's like a day to us.
Right.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Dang.
I tell you, it is.
At the same time, it's like, stop flailing your arms, son. Tuck in. I don't think you could hit more people if you had tried.
So.
I mean, you just keep hoping that Marcus suddenly get laser vision or something. You know, it turns out just a little splash of humanity ended up being a good thing. You call that a knife? Now that's a knife.
All right, that is just. How do you fight that? Human.
So is he gonna have Rex's abilities?
I don't think so. But he has that neural implant, so he still has robots.
Yeah. It's just you'd think if he was a full clone of Rex.
Yeah.
I guess he did say he tweaked the DNA a little bit.
Yeah. Think about how hard he had to have punched him. By the way, props to continuity. Notice his eyes are still jacked up from when the Immortal gouged at his eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why does he even want Earth to be part of the Empire now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're so pathetic in his eyes. It's like, why even bother with this place? Like, they're not, like, humanity couldn't even begin to be an empire.
Hey, it's the opening credits. Mm-hmm. He's been snorting cosmic crack? Okay. It's like, how did nobody figure out that was Omni-Man? I mean, he doesn't even put on glasses.
Just whistling Dixie there.
What? About
the older the kid gets, the harder it is to feel the joy that they feel.
We still feel pain.
I'm not sure if he touched first base there.
Wow, really? That's what you got out of this?
I'm a stickler for the details.
It's amazing how much your dad looks like Omni-Man.
But maybe he just always explained that he was a huge fan of Omni-Man.
Alex, I get the joke that you're saying there, but don't use that word, please, because it's not a word that YouTube approves of.
Ooh, nice response.
I learned it from you, Dad.
So I lost some teeth. If you guys could pick them up,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Also, I think I just realized Robot intentionally gave them a defective product with a mind control brace. Like, I don't think that the Immortal just broke out of it. I bet he planned that. Maybe on second thought we won't throw down. Oh, is that a fact, Alex? Mark can regrow his teeth? A Mark shark?
Much like a dolphin.
Dolphins.
Now, here's what I want to know. How'd they get the IV in them? I mean, did they have
magic?
kryptonite handy or something? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. For getting your butt kicked by your dad. It was just awesome.
He said some kind of normal.
Cecil's trying. He is trying. He knows he's kind of a jerk, but he's trying to do his best for him.
Blood does not come out that easily.
That's going to take a little bit. Kind of got to agree with Rex on that one.
Seems like a bit of an overreaction. I wonder how much time that costs Monster Girl.
Yeah, I know. Now, you think it's over based on the music and everything. We still got a few minutes left. They have some really, I think this is a really good epilogue, if you will, to everything that's happened.
Mm-hmm. That looked like human blood they were trying to put in Mark. I mean, maybe he donated some of his own blood to be used later?
See, like, they're becoming more of a team.
That would be hard for, like, especially for, what was that, Hamill's character, right? Mark Hamill?
Mark, yeah.
It would be especially hard for him, not because, like, oh, we used to be such friends, but just the knowledge that at any point, Omni-Man could show back up and just wipe him out.
Mm-hmm.
Just just Damocles' sword hanging over him every moment of his life from here on out.
You know, Alex, I really doubt that his lower areas were coated Caucasian-colored scales, considering he made a child with a human. Just saying. That's an interesting theory, but I don't think it quite pans out. So she's trying to get back to her thing. Obviously, it's been a while.
Way to go. Is there anyone at his school who doesn't know? I mean, I guess his girlfriend until a week ago, but... Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, man. Good thing you can just rip that IV out.
Fair response. And it's not like Cecil went out of his way to tell her. She was just in the room.
Oh, look at that.
I wonder if the Immortal is going to hold a grudge against Mark. You know, like, your son or your dad killed me twice.
Yeah, but the thing is, he will respond if you call him anyway. How do you deal with that? Your dad just tried to take over the planet.
Kinda? I mean, the dad was... he was more trying to show Mark the futility of resistance that would only increase the death toll. But it didn't seem like he really cared about taking over the planet yet. Although you do have to wonder, if he didn't care about taking over the planet, why did he bother killing the original guardians of the planet? Or globe, whatever they're called.
Guardians of the Globe. Well, because he said his mission was to weaken Earth's defenses, to make sure that Earth couldn't resist the Empire. And the Guardians of the Globe would be a threat.
It's just, why did he wait as long as he did to do this?
Because
why was this the moment?
Because it's time.
I just keep waiting for him to show back up. I'm getting mixed signals at this moment. I don't know. I guess this is the plot twist that I'm not down with. I feel like her coming back doesn't make much sense. The voice that he's doing for this guy sounds like a mix between the Trickster and the Joker.
Everything he says sounds like a mix between the Trickster and the Joker. I'll believe it, lady. Yeah, I don't think you want him to come back. Because when he comes back, you're all going to die.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be worried too much. When you have that level of alcohol content...
Yeah, it's self-sanitizing. You okay?
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do with that?
Darn it, Cecil. This guy really resonates with me.
I love this part right here.
I love this character. It's so much fun. Who's the guy doing this? The voice acting.
It's Seth Rogen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you, Mark? Will you? Oh, I had forgotten. Oh, I had forgotten. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
What was that guy from like the second episode or something?
Yeah. They're showing you
Threw
all the
himself
loose
into the
ends.
canyon. Ended up becoming king of the underworld people there.
Now, the alien cat dude, I'm thinking
Yes.
that his species could be a huge ally against the Viltrumites.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they've been, yeah, that's Cecil.
I mean, what's high school? I mean, each one of those people, I suspect those are new people. They aren't just his leftovers. So he's going out and what? Rounding up the homeless? Death row?
Well, no, remember, those are dead people. So, like, remember they said that the ones they used were soldiers who died in the line of duty, and then they're serving their country one last time. So all they have, all they got to do is get like any and every soldier that dies in the line of duty, and turn them into robot zombies.
I mean, at least that's what they're claiming right now.
Yep. So, I mean, and that makes sense because they managed to hurt Invincible. So if you get enough of them, they could be an adequate defense. But the cat people, remember the cat person, he beat the crap out of Invincible.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, and they loved combat. So I'm thinking that would be a good guy to bring in for the fight. You say, you want to fight? That's, we got Viltrumites coming. A warthog shall lead them. Okay.
Hey, I'm going to pause right here for a second. I need to go Geloja.
All right. And of course, notice that he pauses on Matthew's face on the live stream. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I really do like Invincible, but wanted to finish it up for you guys today, since we're going to be doing all Star Trek for the next 6 movie nights after this week, which I know Matthew is really looking forward to, trying to prove his case that Star Trek V is a good movie. Yeah, he actually believes that. Yeah, hopefully, Thomas Potts, are you back in the room? Because we're about to start the movie. Thank you for mentioning that, Mr. DeMarco. Mr. DeMarco. And while Matthew is messing around, I am trying to figure out why the camera was messing up. And let's see. Is the camera right here? I believe, yes.
All right. You there?
No, I am not.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me hit the play button here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, what have we got here?
Come on, tell me that wasn't perfect. Bugs Bunny leaning on your ear.
Batman?
Yeah. A Batman?
But which Batman? Is this going to be the Joker one or Mr. Freeze? Mask of the Phantasm. Excellent, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, this was requested by Mr. DeMarco.
I want to say that this was the first of the Batman movies that was under, oh gosh, his name slips me. The one who did the animated Batman series.
Not sure exactly what you mean.
So during the animated Batman series run in the early 90s,
right,
the people who were in charge of it, I forget the guy's name, they did several Batman movies, like, made for TV Batman movies, but still. Mm-hmm. I think this may have been the first one they did. Bruce Timm, that's it.
Yeah, Diane was saying, did you mean like Kevin Conroy because he's the actor?
Oh no, I meant the Bruce Timm animated Batman movies.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I
want to say that
even I'm cruel enough to make him watch Battlestar Galactica in 1980. That's cruel. Shady lady.
If this is the one I'm thinking of, I want to say they go over the origin story of Batman in this one.
Don't they go over the origin story of Batman in like everyone?
No. And the one with Mr. Freeze, I think it's one with Mr. Freeze. They just jump right in. Here's Batman. No backstory. Just boom. I mean, they go over Mr. Freeze's motivations really well. Not the painting.
Oh, that was just mean. I mean, it wasn't quite as good as when Omni-Man stepped on that one person and just squished their arm into lifelessness. Yeah, I don't think that's Batman. Oh, now someone pulls out a gun and shoots him right in the middle instead of... You see, of course he's not the Bat. You shot right at him.
And how did you get such a wonderfully portable ice machine with you? Every time. About to make a kill, a car shows up, and he runs away.
I need to remember not to slowly look away every time I hear a car.
Also, I don't think that's how physics works. Like, just because you jump up doesn't mean there's suddenly not forward momentum coming at you. Oh, he got cocky. He should just go on, take the money, and run.
Another not how physics works moment. Wow. True story. Parking garage walls are designed specifically to not allow cars to crash through them.
Well, maybe in non-Kurogan cities.
Oh, I didn't realize Gotham was in Kuroga.
Have you seen the crime rate? It's Kurogan, man.
So then how's Batman there? He's obviously not Kurogan.
I guess he's somehow gotten into our city and he's infiltrated the ranks.
Vigilante.
And I guess also we see where the Fast and Furious got its ideas.
Right. Yeah, really. Well, we got to start watching those movies.
That was a random jump cut for an animated cartoon. Sassy Alfred. You're the model of Santy. I'm putting away your gas balls. Exploding gas balls.
You'd be surprised how many times that sentence is actually uttered in Kuroga.
I do believe that's the voice of Lois Lane from the animated Superman series. I'm going to look it up and see how wrong I am. Let's see. What was her name right there?
No idea. I didn't catch it.
I'm going to assume that was Donna Delaney as Andrea Beaumont.
Yeah, they're talking about it in the chat, So why would Bruce be thinking about marriage when he's got 4 women hanging all over him?
And it is indeed the voice of Lois Lane, as Donnie pointed out. I didn't read that. I noticed it on my own.
Sure you did.
What is up with that one lady's eyes? Did you see them? They're just black.
What's up with the really fat lady?
I noticed that too. No fat shaming.
Hey, she got thinner. Look at that. She got thinner.
Wow.
She lost
and look,
about 50
they just
pounds.
copy pasted her.
Yeah, yeah.
There she is again.
But then she lost another 50 pounds. Talk about me fat shaming. I didn't make her lose weight. Wow. Wait, Bruce Wayne's dad is Omni-Man?
This explains so much. So many times it's like, Batman should have died, but of course not. He's invincible. Excuse me, I believe you're insane. You're talking to yourself in a graveyard. You know they're dead, right? Okay, I've seen this movie. I'm gonna go now.
Wow, she talks back. I mean, I'm okay with people talking to their parents at a gravesite, even though I think it's just a little wacky. Don't get me wrong, mainly because I don't think that, dead people can hear you. However, yeah, they can't talk back to you. Animation errors.
They do. You need to be worried.
I like that, Alex. Animation error is the key to a slimmer, better you. Are you 200, 300, 400 pounds? Well, don't worry. Just have someone draw you incorrectly.
Wow, maybe it's because I'm depressed.
Yeah. Maybe because my parents were brutally murdered right in front of me.
It leaves an impression? Yeah, John, I'm not fat. I was just drawn that way.
But then they drew me differently.
Did you see the...
Oh, they see that actually originally said big fat distributors, not big hat.
Did you see the news article someone posted on, I think it was your Discord, about Roger Rabbit is getting a facelift, the ride at Disney World?
Oh, no.
They're going to redo Jessica Rabbit.
Is she going to be fat
to make
now?
her a detective.
Why?
Because having a well-drawn woman is sexist, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Wayne was kung fu fighting.
Well, with the remastered version of Diablo 2, they made one of the characters less attractive because it was sexist to have one of the characters be attractive.
Did they really?
Yes.
That seems pointless.
They made her boobs smaller, and they made her look about 30 years older.
Well, I'm sure if there was any really, really attractive guy in there, they did the same thing.
Nope. The guys look exactly the same, pretty much.
Honestly, I can't even believe that Roger Rabbit was ever made into a movie for kids.
Well, I can't believe people think it is a movie for kids.
It was certainly marketed that way.
Just because it's marketed that way doesn't mean it's a movie for kids.
Apparently, in the original, the book the movie was based on, Roger Rabbit did kill him. But there's some funky way where animated characters could make a clone of themselves, but the clone would die after a couple days. So Roger Rabbit killed the guy, made a clone of himself, killed himself, and then once his name was in the clear, it was revealed that the clone was one still alive and, like, died. It's a really weird book. Good catch. Yeah, Alex, he's saying women in trench coats can be attractive. Just look at Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, but yeah, they're going to change Carmen Sandiego now. The new, you know, they're changing the whole thing because, you know, Carmen Sandiego is actually a series of games, right? Educational games, and there's I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a new one that's coming out. For just
I didn't.
Yeah, it's for the holiday season. They're really pushing it because there hasn't been a new Carmen Sandiego game in a very long time, and this one is called "What is the Gender of Carmen Sandiego?"
Well, I'm fairly confident that even trying to find out is sexist.
Yeah.
Or genderist.
Yeah.
Did you give me your number? I don't remember you giving me your number when you were talking to your mom. Well, I see that this is a woke movie.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of here.
I mean, Bruce Wayne being defeated by a random lady in a red dress? I don't buy it.
Alex, I don't even know what to say to that one. So the unknown secret of that scene is that Alfred actually just peed in that jar. That had nothing to do with anything. He was just trying to find a place to pour it out, and they were out there making out. So he turned around, finds another place. So did you read Alex's comment? Because I don't even know what to say to that.
I did. Something about a walnut cracker and clones?
Yeah, I'm thoroughly disturbed and confused. Is that like Dark Skinned Bird of Prey 5? No.
Well, you may know that Justin Trudeau had a bad history of blackface. I think maybe at some point Bird of Prey tried it as well.
Oh, when he was experimenting and being animated.
Yeah.
More animated than he is now. Ba-dum-bum.
Harsh.
Hello, world.
Also, I mean, why visit the graveyard in the middle of the night?
No, it's more spooky that way.
I guess.
Oh no, Doomcock! What? Run!
I told you I don't want to hear about your theories about saying she.
I get it. Kathleen Kennedy's fired. I get it.
Did you hear that Russell T Davies is back? It proves Kathleen Kennedy's on the way out. Not even related. It proves it.
There's a civil war at Disney.
Your spear is no match for my power of inside sources.
Hello, world.
Please, spirit, tell me, whose grave is this? Bob Marley's grave? You know what works better than slashing at people and dropping angels on them?
What's that?
Guns. Guns work a lot better.
Well, but they're not quite as dramatic.
Alex, Kathleen, your angel of death has come.
Why does it have to stink? Because it's a stinking bat. You know, it stinks. Goodbye, world.
Oh, I forgot. I can't get angry unless I have oxygen to breathe. Good thing I put it hard to reach behind my chair.
Yeah.
Are you coming on to us?
That's what it kind of looked like. He was like, hey.
I'm not hearing a no.
Well, gentlemen.
Oops. It's fine. Yes, you could have your very own Bat Walkman. It's like the one Macaulay Culkin used in Home Alone, except better.
Wait, there's a Wayne memorial here? I'm shocked.
Honestly, it seems a little tame for what I would imagine the Waynes would have.
Yeah. Oh.
But he was next to a gravestone of Wayne. That proves he was Bruce. I mean, she's right, but that's quite the leap. I mean, what if he had just been next to McGillicuddy?
So Dinnerbell says that he has not seen this movie since he was a breast.
Oh. Well, I'm not one to judge, but that might be TMI. Also, I didn't realize that people could identify as a single body part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, a tot. A tot. Okay.
I prefer the original. I think that just... Not even going to touch that one, Alex. Not going to touch that one. And if you don't know, don't ask.
I had no idea Batman was such a creeper.
Oh, yeah. You know, the way that rocket ship and planet were arranged were just a little suggestive. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it was a little suggestive.
If there had been a matching planet on the other side,
yeah, that would.
He knows. that would have been like the Little Mermaid debacle.
Hey, baby, let's make out on the kiddie ride.
That automobile of the future looked a lot like the Bat car.
It's called the Batmobile. Who has ever called it the Bat car?
Me, now.
Yeah.
Right here.
I hate you. I just hate you. The Bat car. You are the only person on planet Earth who has ever used those words together in a sentence. The Bat car.
If JJ ever makes a Batman film, I bet there'll be a Bat car.
Quickly, Robin, to the Bat car.
Man, that butler looks bored of his life. Also, a car phone that has a rotary dial.
Yes, because that makes perfect sense. It's Tony Stark. Finally, Bruce Wayne and Iron Man meet. I always thought Iron Man would be taller.
Oh, and it's Jesse.
The Young Turks? I hate the Young Turks.
This movie really is woke.
Wow, the Young Turks, a chick beats up Bruce Wayne. What the heck is this? John DeMarco? Oh man. John DeMarco's secret woke agent.
I'm completely triggered. And she's the one who's been pushing the relationship the whole time.
Yeah.
And Mr. Beaumont is clearly at the beck and call of his daughter. Has no backbone, even though he's supposed to be the leader of a big business. See? He's totally a beta male.
Yeah, see? I'm smoking. That makes me evil, see?
Oh, life is so hard. I'm only a billionaire.
Quick, let's use our magical martial arts on them.
I guess this is from the time period where the Fonz was part of that street gang.
Hey.
I learned this in a movie. It was called Flash something or other.
Yeah, sucker. Come on, she needs to come rescue him.
Still not how physics works.
You know, just because his hand would have been completely shattered by that.
I was thinking more about the jumping onto the front fender and
Oh yeah,
how
his
knee
leg would have been
exploded.
Well, his knee would have been inside his chest. That would be
Oh,
great.
curse
Like,
this bat.
you know what would be fun? Would be to take that one shot and then redo it animated in the same style but realistically, and have like his leg break and go into his chest, and then his hand hit the guy's face and shatter into a million pieces. And just have Batman quivering on the ground, bleeding out. No, that's too exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, clearly you have deep psychological issues. Which, honestly, I'd love to see Harley Quinn just be like, fighting Batman, and then just, Bruce, what are you even doing? He's like, what? What? How did you know? It's like, well, I am a psychiatrist. I kind of put the pieces together. You're clearly super wealthy. Hey, Thomas, welcome back.
You didn't miss most of it, but we're just getting into it. But we have discovered this movie is completely and totally woke. We have girls in red dresses beating the crap out of Bruce Wayne. The Young Turks are in it.
The girl's dad has no backbone, just does whatever she says.
Neither does Bruce Wayne.
True. And unfortunately, Bruce has picked up her bad habits. Now he's expecting the parents to talk back to him and absolve him from his vigilantism.
Yes. It seems like all the men are spineless idiots. See? Now she's going to say, maybe you should become a bat. That's a...
Ghost Matthew? Am I Ghost? Ooh.
No, you're not a ghost. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, and Doomcock is chasing him around. Chasing all the mobsters around. And killing them.
Also funny would seeing Batman get struck by lightning from hanging out on high buildings in the middle of a rainstorm.
Oh, in the screening room? That's called a watermark. And so you can't, copy the movie and do something with it.
Yeah, exactly, Alex. Same build, same skin tone, same mouth, similar voices. I mean, seriously, he has his own plane, his own car, his own jet ski, his own boats, thousands of batarangs. It's obvious he's Bruce Wayne.
Look at my new gaming rig.
It can do 480p. It's a Commodore.
Did he say it's a Commodore 64? Is that what he said?
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about the time period that Batman's supposed to be in right now.
Well, I do.
Sassy Alfred. You're not my real dad, Alfred.
This Alfred, I think, could kick Batman's butt. Wait a minute. This is not the MCU.
Bruce, you know you don't have any say in this relationship.
It's a
You were gonna
cyanide
propose?
pill.
Bruce, I told you I would ask you when I was ready.
Heck no. But now I'll have all your money. Ah, bats, run! Of course. That means I must not get married.
Well, which is it? Does he not see clients here and doesn't see clients at this hour? Pussy. What?
That's what the entire note says. Left with dad, too young, need time, forget about me.
Who writes like this? Oh, she was tweeting it.
Yeah. LOL, OMG, JK.
Oh, it's 2 characters too long. Well, I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out.
Now, Alfred, I will kill her.
I had no problems with you beating up people, but the costume, it's a bit much.
Why is Alfred shot? Wait a minute. I know you dress up as a bat every night, but this time is extra scary.
Well, clearly that was like the first time.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna steal this.
Go ham warfare. And yes, Alex, this is the DCAU. But I'm sorry. As far as continuity, there is none in the DCAU. Shots fired back.
Yeah, there's not.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The DCAU has some great material in it, but continuity,
They got better after, was it season 3 of Batman, I want to say? But
well,
you
no,
can
but
see
I'm
here
saying,
they initially had this idea of Batman being in the, like, 80... No, not 80s, like 60... 30s?
Well, what I'm saying,
20s?
though, is that, like, this is like, the Batman the Animated Series is kind of like, okay, it's got its own continuity going, but the DCAU is like all this, they have these Justice League movies, and sometimes, like, they have like 1,700 origin movies for the same characters. Like, the Justice League got together for the first time like 20 times.
Oh, I guess by DCAU, I was thinking more about Bruce Timm's reign.
Right. But that's not the
does,
DCAU. That's just,
It goes beyond that now, yeah.
Because I was saying, I made a joke about the MCU, and he was trying to see the DCAU is better. A better continuity. And sorry, but continuity, there is none. Okay, Joker just broke his foot.
He'd do it too.
I'm not saying he wouldn't do that, but he just broke his foot.
He's pinching the flesh of a metal robot?
Apparently.
If this was made today, at some point, Joker would have the robot cut off the hand of this guy.
Mm. Dirty.
What are your thoughts about the iterations of Batman and Joker where they knew each other before being Batman and Joker?
I'm mixed on them for the most part. It depends. Like, I thought that the way that Tim Burton did it was all right. Or the Jack Napier story the way they did it in that movie. But generally speaking, while I'm not a big fan of the way that Heath Ledger portrayed the Joker, I kind of like the mystery of the Joker in that. The all Batman knew was Joker was just crazed maniac. And that's kind of how I prefer it. That Batman doesn't know him personally, because most of Batman's villains, he knows who they are. He addresses them by their real name, and he tries to understand them. But Joker is a wild card. He has no idea who he really is. And that's kind of the point.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I don't like it whenever they try to make it where the Joker's the one who killed Martha.
And I'm sorry, Alex, you can't just start trying to define DCAU as what you want it to be. The DCAU is all the animated stuff, and it's all over the frickin' map.
So she clearly knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Wow, Alex.
Matthew would make a bad Joker. No, Matthew would make a great Joker. When you did that maniacal laugh for me, that one thing where you broke my computer, that was awesome, dude. That was great.
I tell you, it is easier to do.
Oh, it's
Doomcock. Voice acting.
Doomcock's back.
Whoopsies.
Stay angry.
So Joker definitely killed that guy. Like, he's not just...
Yeah, that's what he does.
He's not just mostly alive from laughing gas. He did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot easier to do something when the camera's not on than to have to like if I was trying to do the same thing with the camera going, I don't think I could pull it off. Shoot, how do I turn off the fog machine? That's making it super easy to be tracked. Preset. Riker maneuver gamma. I'm telling you, my kids are gonna not believe this at all. I caught the... What do you call this? A bat plane? A bat copter? Anything but a bat car there, Tim.
Wow, he just shot right through the helicopter rotor. They're going down.
Shot at all. you don't shoot someone just for fleeing.
Well, depending on the circumstances, yes, you do.
What, like a unarmed guy just running?
Again, depending on the circumstances, yes.
Those cops had some thighs on them.
Yeah.
I said prepare for tear gas, not launch the tear gas. Darn it, Charlie 3 every time. How are you getting an angle up there? He's on like the 12th story and you're on the ground.
That's not how bullets work. But they're
and that voice. The voice of the lame cop guy.
What, Bullock?
He was the voice of the goat in Hercules, the Disney Hercules movie.
I never saw the Disney Hercules movie. I'm sure Thomas would say I was there for the original Hercules. Why would I have watched the Disney version?
I can never remember the name of that cop anyway. That one right there. Maybe Detective Bullock? Is that who it is?
Yes, that's what I said.
Let's see if I'm right. I've been right once today. Can I be right twice?
Where's the redhead?
I'm not sure if I can count this
Any
one.
second now. There, yeah. I knew it. Woke! Woke! Woke!
Save Batman again. So yes, he was the voice of Hercules in the TV series, and that's not who I was thinking of. But he was Philoctetes? I don't know.
And Alex, I'm sure you want to redefine the DCAU to mean whatever you want it to mean, but whatever. I'm not going to argue with you about it.
I told you enough. Told me you killed him.
Let me calm down with the woke yelling, Thomas. This is like the wokest movie ever. You should be yelling woke. John DeMarco is now the wokest person in the nerd community, I've decided. Oh, there's
That was Danny DeVito in the Hercules movie. Ugh, Carl's.
Yeah. He's the guardian of forever.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we trust him? He only has a multi-million-dollar business.
I'm smoking, see? So I'm evil. Plus, I'm a white man, see? Therefore, I'm bad.
And the blackface bird of prey, he doesn't want to be doing this. He's just being controlled by the white man. Actually, that's a great idea. Your billionaire fiance can float me the money I need. Yeah. This solves everything. Gosh, white men are just stupid idiots.
Yeah, they are.
Mansplaining.
It's horrible. Hey, multi-gunman. We're just talking about how woke Batman Mask of the Phantasm is. Apparently one of the most woke movies ever, where Batman has to be constantly rescued by a frail little girl. But a frail little girl who can also kick his butt, even though... Did we even establish how she learned martial arts good enough to throw him around?
No. She saw him do half a move once and became a master.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the worst. I mean, no, baby. Daniel, it depends on what you mean by a sequel to this movie. Alfred, are you kidding me?
So yeah, John DeMarco, she said she took a self-defense class. So apparently a girl taking a self-defense class is the equivalent of dedicating your life to fighting crime. They're about the same. So Bruce spending his entire life training to fight crime is the same as a girl taking a self-defense class. Just want to make sure we're on the same page here. Right? They're the same thing.
Clearly. I mean, the proof is right there on the screen.
Yep. And there you go, Alex. They just did it in Alfred's bed, just like you said.
I mean, fortunately, Alfred has like 100 other beds in the mansion to choose from.
Yeah.
But it's still a jerk move on their part.
And the Alfred's like, oh... Yeah, Alfred's got snide comments to it. Daniel, see, and there's Omni-Man.
That nose.
Yes.
He somewhat reminds
like
me of my
Riddler.
arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Joker. Okay.
The Flash?
Dramatic lightning.
What's his? That's Arthur, right? Yes. Okay, no. I pushed too far. I had 2 right, but the third was no good. I thought that was the voice of Flash from the Justice League.
Oh, is that what you were thinking? Okay. I have no idea. Daniel, I'm not even getting into that with you because you don't have standards. You have an impossible whatever obsession, and you need to let that go.
The Joker's supporting the Me Too movement right there.
Yeah. The Babe.
You did a cat call once on her for like 13 years ago? Come on, Joker, let it go.
Well, you know.
I was too timing on you with Bruce Wayne. No hard feelings. Spend the night on Alfred's bed.
Did I mention I'm going to marry a billionaire? Oh, and he's Batman.
Wow, speaking of Me Too, way to force yourself on a guy, Joker.
Yeah, really. Joker's, you know, that's bad touch right there. That's definitely bad touch.
Here you go. Drugs solve everything. You're going to be tripping for the next several hours, though. It's a shame this movie came out before Bruce Timm came up with the idea of Harley. Look, man, they gave me enough tranquilizers to take down a horse, and I am so scared that it's not even keeping me from laughing. You can't do anything to me right now. Thomas Potts, this is a real article we saw today. Did you know, Michael, that the Aztecs were pioneers of gender equality?
No.
Do you know why they were pioneers of gender equality?
No.
Because they sacrificed women equally to men.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
That is legit.
Yeah, that's right up there with that whole article about why Jedi should not be used as a standard for SJW politics now. Yeah.
I'm like, I saw their main point was there's too many Jedis with white savior complex. I'm like, have you?
Well, my
looked?
favorite was that they wave around their phallic symbols, the lightsabers. That, and when I told Thomas after he sent me that article, thank you so much, Thomas, for ruining my day by sending me that article. But after he sent me that article, the most amazing thing to me about that article was not the fact that the article exists at all. It's not the fact that it was published by the Scientific American. It's not the fact that that academia uses the acronym of Jedi as it is to try and celebrate diversity and all that crap. No, it's the fact that it took 5 people, 4 of which are PhDs, to write that article.
Well, clearly that must have just been the high-level synopsis. There must be like a 200-page.
No, that's the
thesis.
whole article. 5 people, 4 of which are PhDs.
Oh, wow. That's intelligence for you.
What the heck is academia doing if 4 PhDs and a master's have to get together and write about why Jedi is a bad acronym? And then publish it in the freaking Scientific American. And then at the bottom of the page it says, want more articles about science? Yeah, I'd love some articles about science, because this is about politics and religion. It has nothing to do with science. Wow, he just inhaled that hunk of baloney. He would be choking to death with how he did you see that? He didn't even, that thing was like the size, that was like about 8 ounces of bologna, and he put the whole thing in his mouth before chewing it at all.
It was some bologna, all right.
Uh-oh, Doomcock's coming after Joker now. Of course it's a girl!
A Mary Sue girl, just able to outdo everyone.
Yeah. Wow, Joker's not sexist. He just punched her.
He's very equal opportunity there.
Oh, kicked in the nuts. There we go.
Ooh, don't show this to Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sounded like Harley. And now, to answer your question, Alex, didn't Quinn debut before this film? Technically, yes. Harley Quinn first appeared at the end of 1992. This movie came out sometime in 93.
But Harley didn't appear every time Joker did. After that. I mean, Harley was not in every Joker appearance after her first debut.
True. True.
And Joker didn't appear every time Harley did. So now we know the secret. By the way, we all now know Doomcock is a chick.
That's why he never takes off the mask.
Exactly. We learned it here, folks. Doomcock is a girl.
Also, I'm pretty sure we can add "That's Not How Jet Engines Work" to the list of issues.
Oh yeah, she'd already be long dead.
Can you just imagine them
And that's
setting this
not
up?
how motorcycles work, by the way.
And like, hey, you think it's a good idea to put up an engine that can literally suck people up into it at a fairground? No, it'll be fine. If there's an issue, you can just drive a motorcycle into it.
Wow. And that's not how physics work there either. So they still would have hit the engine, you know.
If at only any point y'all had thought to ask him for help. He's a billionaire. What? How dare you accuse me of vengeance just because I dress up as a bat and punch people all night long?
Although here's the thing. So she has a mist generator. Why does she have magic? I mean, the mist thing is cool. I get that, but why does she have magic?
I thought the mist was magic. Because I'm not sure where she's hiding that on her person.
And John, yes, I do
bat
commonly analyze the physics of every scene of a superhero film. Why do you think I was arguing that Ant-Man is the strongest character in all of Marvel? Because, yes, I analyze every scene in superhero movies.
I love the fact that the Joker planned for this place to be one of his hiding spots and made a building masks to wear. I mean, sometimes you just gotta commit to the gag.
Hey, Alex, you know, we don't need to go there with the comments, please.
Hey, good continuity on their part, though. Joker still has his tooth missing.
Yeah. So Batman is now a kaiju.
If only they had him roar like Godzilla at some point. Maybe shoot a taser. Oh no, this entirely empty area will be destroyed. I've got to stop this.
Yeah, I gotta say, it does seem kind of stupid that Batman was trying to talk her down because vengeance is not the way, when that's his entire shtick. Oh, there's that rocket
there's that plan
ship
again.
It's a little rusty now, quite literally.
Yeah, Alex, Joker, more like Woker.
Well, John, I get that Batman doesn't kill and she was. And if he had said, you shouldn't, you don't take your vengeance through murder, I would be down with that. But he was just saying, don't get vengeance. See the difference? Like, if he had said you should not murder, I would be fine. But his argument wasn't against murder, it was against vengeance. But that's like me saying don't get salty. It doesn't make sense. His tooth came back. Oh, now it's gone again.
It's the rules. He surrendered.
Yes, it is, Daniel. It's very woke. Don't listen to John. John is woke.
In hindsight, maybe 5 minutes wasn't quite enough of a timer.
Man, I have not seen this in so long. I barely remember it.
Man, she is amazing with those.
Exactly.
Just like,
I mean, it's like that's a teleportation device.
Yeah.
What is she doing?
And how did she not die when she got shot earlier?
Yeah.
Like 8 times. Ooh. Bruce is going to have some bad infections on those wounds tomorrow.
Oh, no, he'll be fine. He'll walk it off.
Hey, you know how we were talking about flesh eating bacteria?
Yeah.
Some kids, went swimming in some pond somewhere.
Well, it's
in
Texas, so you guys have it all over the place.
We literally do. At the place we went to last weekend, there was literally just nasty stagnant water. Mm-hmm. Because like the river had gotten dammed. I thought about it, but no, we just went kayaking through it. Like you had to carry your kayak over, and there was no option but to put it in this.
You actually went kayaking in nasty stagnant water.
Yes. So you start off, and it's good moving, clear water. It was great, and then like you get to this rough spot, you have to carry your kayak over the ground, and then you have to drop it back in this nasty water because it's some tree fell down and blocked it. And that's why it had stopped moving. I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I literally told Michael I'm not so stupid as to go swimming in stagnant water, and here I am.
And then you got sick.
And then I got sick. But I got sick from the allergies, not from the water.
Uh-huh.
I should tell Michael what a great parent I was with my son. Well, the fact that he burned himself. Yeah, so we had a marshmallow cookout thing. And apparently, he tried to blow out the marshmallow, and instead he burned himself. Got his lip and his chin. Didn't tell us. Other parents saw it happen. No one told us. And so we get up the next morning, and he has this big old scab. I'm like, what happened? He goes, I burned myself last night. I'm like, what the heck? Why didn't anyone say anything?
Daniel, I was a lot older than 6.
Yeah, this was 93. I wasn't too much older than 6, but I was still older than that.
Yeah, Matthew was like 8.
9 even.
Were you really? How old you were?
Yep.
You were 9 in 1993?
Yep.
I am literally going to come punch you in the face.
I gave anyone who drives to my area permission to... No, wait, slap. I gave him permission to slap.
Yeah, but I'm going to punch you in the face.
Well, for you, Michael, I'll let it be a punch.
Okay.
Well, this was nothing but good movies tonight. I mean, we made fun of this one, but it was in good taste because it was a fun movie.
Yes. It was a riff tracks kind of making fun of it. We were, so yeah.
Good stuff. What is there, should we keep the credits rolling or?
No, you can stop it. I don't
Okay.
think there's a post-credit scene or anything. No.
It was a good movie, John, I swear. It was just too perfect. I mean, for the moment Bruce got taken out by the girl, it just set itself up so perfectly to be a woke movie, even though it clearly wasn't. But I mean, my goodness, it just kept coming.
Well, it was kind of woke. I mean, you want to get down to brass tacks, it was a pretty woke movie. I mean, you had all the elements that. Well, and actually, John, and I know I made all the jokes about it, but this is why I always go on about not making fun or not criticizing movies about the political agenda, because you can say the agenda about almost any major movie, because strong female character, check. Woman beating up man, check. All this stuff that women, in female empowerment, that's been in movies forever. And it's been in every hit movie going back decades. And so this whole thing about people screaming and being upset about the agenda is stupid, because the agenda was in every hit movie going back to the 60s. The problem isn't the agenda. The problem is bad movies. And so the Last Jedi, the problem wasn't that there was feminism in the movie. The problem was that the movie was very badly done. And the feminism just rose to the surface of it because that's really all they had.
Like, I'd even argue, and Alex, you want to hear the lady singing the theme song? Okay, I'll resume it and just keep it muted so I don't get distracted. And also, I would argue that this movie wanted a strong female, which is fine. I wouldn't call that agenda. It's just they also wanted her to look nice.
Right.
And so they drew her to be attractive.
And I do think it's funny that the fat lady at the party got thinner as the party went on. I mean, were they giving us beer goggles? Is that what they were doing? Because yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's she's singing. Whereas on the other hand, I would say that the point of The Last Jedi was feminism. Like,
well, right, but the problem is that even if The Last Jedi had a bunch of feminism, if the movie was awesome, we wouldn't have cared, right?
I guess that was my point. Like, it had no ability to be awesome, because instead of saying, hey, we're going to make a movie and the movie's going to feature feminist talking points, which is fine, we're going to make a feminist talking point and disguise it as a movie.
Right. That's all they had. They just didn't have a movie. They just had feminist talking points with visual effects. And so, but the problem is that and I know you didn't do this, John, but when I complain about what the Phantom Menace did, that is what the Phantom Menace started doing. It started out as, oh, look at Ghostbusters 2016. Look at Star Wars. Look at Star Trek. It's all about the agenda. They're just pushing the agenda. They're putting the agenda into our franchises. It's agenda, agenda, agenda. And I bought into it. I honestly, I thought that that's what it was. But then when I started looking at it with some critical thinking and with a critical eye, I realized, no, the agenda hasn't changed. It's just that the writing got very lazy and all that was left was the agenda. And so when the storytelling goes away and they just don't bother trying to tell a good story, they don't bother trying to develop good characters, and all we get is a crappy agenda, then yeah, that's going to stand out. But honestly, complaining about the agenda, then you better start complaining about Alien and Terminator and all those old movies, because they had the agenda too.
Did they though?
They absolutely
Or did they just have?
They
or did they just feature a strong
Terminator?
woman?
No,
like, there's a difference.
If you look at Terminator, and we'll watch it one of these times. But Terminator, every man was incompetent or ended up dead.
Well, see, that's a hard one because
or was a robot.
Well, or a robot. Okay,
and
so we're gonna talk Terminator or Terminator 2.
In Terminator 2, Sarah Connor herself said that she finally found a good father, and it was a robot. And she'd been looking for a good father for John, and every man that she met was a deadbeat or whatever but she finally found the perfect man, and that man was an effing machine.
She did say that, yeah.
That's in the dialogue. So, yes, the agenda is there. It's just that the movie is so awesome, we didn't care.
Well, see, I was going to say for the first Terminator, yes, the guys end up dying, but I'd argue that was more of a...
And come on, Kyle
on
Reese
TV, you didn't kill a woman. You never killed a woman.
Right, but Kyle Reese was awesome.
On the screen.
Kyle Reese was kind of a dummy. The cops were kind of stupid. Honestly, they were, like the cops were like, hey, yeah, man, let me tell you about this guy that had sex with an Afghan. And then remember, I don't know if you remember that scene, but that's in the dialogue. When she was like, she's like, Kyle, tell me about the women of the future. What are they like? They're good fighters, and it's like all the guys were kind of dumb. And then she's like, well, tell me why did you do this? Because I got to finally meet the legend, the great Sarah Connor, the woman who did it all. Everybody worshipped Sarah Connor. She was a Mary Sue before she even knew she was a Mary Sue.
Something, I don't know.
And the thing is,
it's there, but was it an agenda? Like,
it absolutely
was the agenda.
James Cameron is the ultimate male feminist. James Cameron is absolutely, and he'll say he's a male feminist. James Cameron is absolutely the guy that wants to push the agenda. But the thing is that the reason we didn't actually get upset about Terminator or Terminator 2, and a lot of his other movies, is because the movies were so good. Sarah Connor is a great character. Kyle Reese is an interesting character. He is kind of a dummy, but he is a good character, right? Ellen Ripley is a great character, right? And so, the rest of the character, think about Aliens, right? Because another James Cameron film, the sequel to Alien. But in Aliens, guess what? Most of the Marines, idiots. And
so was that more of a commentary on Marines as opposed to men in general? Because even the girl Marine was...
Well, she was...
not exactly a shining example of humanity.
Well, no, but the idea was that Ellen Ripley was the only one with a brain in that one.
Yeah.
But the idea was still there, is that the... and the thing about... with Aliens, it was an anti-corporate and anti-military agenda, which is another thing that James Cameron is big on, which again is repeated in Avatar, and so that's James Cameron's shtick.
Oh, Avatar.
That is.
I was thinking The Last Airbender. I'm like, what? I don't remember that.
No,
I thought JJ did.
Avatar, the blue people.
Yeah.
But again. With Avatar, the reason we forgave it was the spectacle of the movie, right? Avatar was an incredible movie to watch. The sequels are probably going to bomb, to be honest, because they should have made the sequels a long time ago. Because now
a bad sequel, no.
Well, I'm just saying, because honestly, Avatar was beautiful in its day, but now it's like super duper special effects are just something we expect. It's not like we're going to go, wow, visual effects, pretty. Now you better come up with a good story, because everything, if we want good vision, guess what? Apple just released the first part of Foundation. You want pretty special effects. You can turn that on, so it's not like, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's gorgeous. I'm going to watch part 1 of it tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know what I think. But the great visual effects are easy, right?
Yeah.
So what we need is good storytelling. That's unfortunately that's hard. That is writing a good story is difficult. And when great storytellers put their mind to it and they do a great job, we get great movies. When they don't, we get crap. And unfortunately, right now, when it comes to the big franchises, we're getting a lot of crap because they're just lazy about it. They just figure, oh, well, they're gonna come see it no matter what.
Right.
If we throw the name Star Wars on it, they're just gonna see it. And with Force Awakens, they were 100% right. Force Awakens, I believe, is still the #1 box office movie of all time. And
I just can't. Well, okay, Force Awakens, I can understand that. There is so much excitement going into it.
Or maybe #2. I can't remember if it's #1 or #2, but it was huge. But yeah, it was because, oh my gosh, new Star Wars movie. And then people were excited because it showed potential for the new series. It really, on its own, Force Awakens wasn't bad. It was The Last Jedi that ruined Force Awakens, not Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And, Force Awakens had flaws, but it was not a terminally ill franchise at that point. But then Last Jedi came out, and it still made, 1.8 billion or something, some crazy number. But it was like I think people saw it multiple times in the same way that people rubberneck when there's a big accident. They were like, wait, did I really just see that? I got to see it again just to make sure that's what I actually saw. And there are people that actually would see it 2, 3, 4 times just to make sure that that's really what they saw, because they couldn't believe what they saw, and they'd have to watch it over and over because there was this huge shock. And then, of course, Rise of Skywalker was kind of it was an attempt to salvage, but, unfortunately the damage was done.
Yeah. And I get what people are saying, that The Force Awakens was just meh. Mm-hmm. It was just a rehash. Like, it was absolutely a soft reboot, basically, of Star Wars.
But that's what they had to do.
It had the potential. Like, everyone who... not everyone. Most of us who at the time watched it were like, okay, wow, maybe Rey's a Skywalker. Maybe she's a Kenobi. Maybe she's somehow related to Qui-Gon Jinn. Wouldn't that be a twist for you?
Right. But there was a lot of mystery. There was a lot of intrigue. There was a lot of interesting things that it could have been. And then then Ryan Johnson came along and said, you know what? Hold on. Let me eat about 18 pounds of Taco Bell, and and then then squat right on top of that movie. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. It's like, really? What? Why? I don't understand, but that's what he did. I genuinely don't understand why he did what he did, but he did.
I always, or I don't know, I say this now. He was ill-equipped for the job.
Oh, sure. Kathleen
Kennedy went out and she hired a bunch of people who were just big names, and she ended up getting really mad at a lot of them because they weren't good matches. She just said, "Oh, hey, this is the guy that are bringing in the ticket, so I'm going to get him to make a movie. And it doesn't matter what he does; it's Star Wars. People are going to come in."
And Ryan Johnson is a very capable director. If you see his stuff that's not the Last
Star Wars.
Jedi, then you can see he's a very good director. It's just that, I think that the problem there is that Ryan Johnson is truly, and this is to his credit, he's a creative talent, and so that means that you don't put him in a franchise. You don't put him in something where there's a clear direction you have to go, because if there's a clear direction you have to go, a person that wants to branch out and do his own thing is going to struggle.
Yeah, and I think even if they had brought him in as a franchise and say, you're going to do all 3 movies, get to it, I think we would have gotten a better product. But he is not the man to make a sequel.
No.
If he had done the first one, I think JJ could have made a sequel. I don't think JJ is the right person to close out a series, but he is at least good enough to do a sequel to a series.
Well, I think JJ could have done the entire trilogy. Because honestly, I think that my honest feeling is that when we got that little glimpse of Dark Ray, I think that's where JJ wanted to go. I think what JJ was thinking with Ray winning that first fight with Kylo in Force Awakens was that Ray was going to be a Darksider, and that the whole idea was that Kylo. I think Kylo was, because I think Kylo was intended to be because we that was established in the Force Awakens that Kylo was a Skywalker. And I think that Kylo was going to end up being the hero of the trilogy, and that Rey was going to be the big bad. And so, which I think would have been really good to have. And I think Rey being that powerful of a Force user to where her very first time picking up a lightsaber, she just mopped up the floor with Kylo. Then imagine her with some training.
Yeah.
All this, and so... And then you make it so, like in the second movie, she overthrows Snoke or something. And now it's like, holy crap, what is she doing? And, what do you... And then so, you get to the point where she takes down, say, Snoke like it was nothing. And then she's going up against Luke and Kylo, and she does something crazy, like even, kills Luke or whatever. And... and now Kylo's got to face down with her in the final film.
I think even if they had just done something as simple as in the throne room, having Kylo, like the whole second movie, you see Kylo going through a redemption arc where he's realized he went too far. And then at the very last second in the throne room, he's like, but now I'm evil again. And Rey's like, oh no, I've been going dark this whole time, but now I'm good and innocent again. It's like, why don't you just continue the thought? Let Rey go evil, let Kylo turn, and then you have this split moment.
Yeah, it made no sense.
I don't know. It seemed like they were going that way. And then also you could have like Leia, wow. You could have had Rey shooting at Leia. And that would have been like a huge deal. Right, I think anything would have been better. My goodness.
Right. But yeah, I think Dark Rey would have been really an interesting thing. But, I don't know why they didn't do that, because I think that would have explained her. Because the whole thing about the way she used the Force, her methodology and her expressions and just everything about it was that she appeared to be a dark side user. She always looked angry. I mean, if you go back and rewatch, she always looks angry when she's fighting. She always looks angry when she's using the Force. She always looks like she's very emotional. While the interesting thing is, Kylo always looks like he's like meditating when he's doing it. He looks more like a Jedi, and which makes a little bit of sense because Kylo had training under Skywalker. So I don't know why they do it. And Daniel, from what I understand, you're not. You can wait all you want. I don't think you're ever going to see episode 10, 11, and 12.
I hope not. I mean, as much as I love Star Wars, just let it.
The way they describe
just let this saga be done.
Yeah, the Skywalker saga is over.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it ended with a fizzle, which is too bad. But let it rest, let it be dead, because you know what? Long live the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian story is alive and well and really good, and that just because the Skywalker saga is over doesn't mean there aren't other Jedi that we can follow. It doesn't mean there aren't other interesting sagas that we can begin. So I'm not stressing over it, even though I'm sad that it didn't end the way it should have. It's just too bad. But the stuff they're experimenting with on Disney Plus, I think is really good. I know that it's popular to hate Disney right now, but I'm actually really liking what they're doing on Disney Plus. I think. Have you watched Star Wars Visions yet?
I haven't. I saw it advertised, and I said, "Oh,
yeah,
okay."
Not for the little ones, I will tell you. It's
Okay.
it's not like super adult, at least not the ones I've seen, like the first three. But it's anime, and it's done in true anime style. So it's traditional anime, done by masters of anime. And so when I say it, so it's not like fun, silly Star Wars. It's done in very serious anime style. At least the first couple are. And like the first one is called The Duel, and it is like you swear it's a samurai duel, but with lightsabers.
All right.
And it's really cool. Like imagine it's literally like an R2 unit with a straw samurai hat on it, and a small Japanese village, and everything is just it's Japanese culture with a little bit of Star Wars sprinkled in. And it's really nicely done. So
you sold me.
Yeah, but each one is totally different. And no, it is not canon. Just so you guys know, it is nothing about Star Wars Visions is considered canon. It's just fun stories done by masters of anime. Disney commissioned them to just hey, do something in the Star Wars universe, knock yourself out. And so they don't have to worry about prior continuity. I understand there's like one story, I haven't seen it yet, where there's like the oppression of the Jedi. So it's almost like a what if kind of thing. There's stuff that, doesn't make sense in the Star Wars universe, but they just play with it. It's a sandbox set in the Star Wars universe. And so I would say check it out. And I think Disney's doing a bang up job in entertainment, and they're experimenting with cool stuff. I'm looking forward to watching Foundation on Apple. There's good stuff out there. It's just that unfortunately, Star Trek, outside of Lower Decks, Star Trek ain't it. I wish it was, but it ain't.
I mean, if you ever just want to watch something that you're not going to like, to deliberately get your blood to boil, Disney Plus does have a series of shorts called Spark, something like that. Every last one of them is just everything you would expect from the wokest of the woke.
I haven't even heard
maybe not get your blood to boil, but maybe just something like to laugh at. Because I've watched some of them, I'm like, wow, this is pathetic.
I on Disney Plus, the only stuff I watch is like I go Marvel or Star Wars. Everything else I pretty much ignore, so I don't know.
Well, they advertise it. Like you open it and it's like, hey, you want to watch? And it says out. And I'm like,
I heard about Out. That's that Pixar thing about I heard about Out, and I was like, yeah, no. Not gonna even
and sure enough, I mean, it's exactly what you expect. And they're all like that. My goodness, they're all like that.
And no thanks. Thoughts on the remake of Knights of the Old Republic? Honestly, do not care. I tried playing Knights of the Old Republic. I couldn't get into it. I'm sorry.
You couldn't?
I tried, but the controls are wonky.
You missed out.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of people talk about how great the story is, but the controls are just way too wonky. And I think it's probably my MS. It's hard for me to do some of the stuff in the game. And if it's not fun to play, it's hard to get into,
Yeah. I'm not saying like you're an idiot for not playing it.
I
know.
I know. I agree. It looks like the story could be really, really good, but unfortunately, it's not something that I'm equipped to enjoy properly. And so just so everybody is aware, and I know you already know this, but so there will not be a live stream next week at all. Because I'm doing a special event with my church, which we do only like 3 times a year, so don't worry, it doesn't happen a lot. And then the following week, we're starting our 6 straight weeks of Trek.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
So we are. The first one will be Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Our short film before Star Trek: The Motion Picture will be. Take a guess.
I believe we discussed, or at least mentioned it possibly being the animated series.
No, you are an idiot. What logically
Probably.
would precede Star Trek the Motion Picture?
Oh, we did talk about this. Yes. Nomad.
Yes, the Changeling. Yes, so
Yes.
so each one we're going to take whatever episode or whatever that best shows what inspired that movie. And so now I was thinking about with Star Trek 5, we would just watch like 90 minutes of animals taking a crap. But, I know you think Star Trek 5 is really good, but
I'm not sure how you go from par to really good, but okay.
Well, even your facts are uncoordinated. Yes. And I'm sorry, Thomas. I am sorry that I'm not streaming on the day you have off, but it just happens to be October 1st. That's, yeah. So, does Star Trek have our history? No, because in Star Trek in 1996, we had the DY-100 class starship that launched with Khan Noonien Singh and 80 of his followers, and whole populations of the Earth were being bombed out of existence. Yeah, remember that in 1996 when Clinton was president?
Oh, I was so distracted by Monica. I think I missed all the eugenics stuff.
Yeah, the whole Monica Lewinsky thing was just to distract you from the eugenics wars when whole populations were being, like northern India completely wiped out. Yeah.
Every time they get me distracted. Ah.
Didn't you think? Oh yeah. There's actually, Thomas. I know exactly what we're doing with the Final Frontier. I was just kidding about the animals taking a crap, but I'm not going to say it because I want that to be a surprise for Matthew. It will.
Oh yay!
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, it'll be fun. And then after that, we'll work on maybe the next gen movies and J.J. Abrams, and then really make you have fun.
We have to.
Yes.
I mean, at least the TNG movies can be fun. Those JJ films, bless his heart.
That's where we have to watch the animals taking a crap. And then and then we can start watching the Fast and Furious films and the James Bond movies.
Okay, now you're actually talking about things that could be interesting.
Really? So you want to watch the Fast and Furious movies?
Well, it'd be better than JJ, I'm pretty sure. But like, I was thinking more the Bond films. The Bond films are, I'm pretty sure, excellent. Like, they get cheesy from what I understand, but it's a good cheese.
They are very cheesy. Some of them actually, really, like the Sean Connery era films, the very old ones. And if you ever watch Bond, you got to watch them in order. So Sean Connery started Bond, and the early ones, you can tell, like the very first one's low budget. They didn't know if the franchise was going to pick up or not. It really wasn't until Sean Connery was like midway through his run that it became recognizable as a James Bond film. And then Roger Moore took over. Totally different animal with the Roger Moore films. That's when it meant total cheese. James Bond goes to space. He gets crazy gadgets.
Was that the Moonraker one?
Yeah, Moonraker. He goes to space. It was just beyond stupid, but it was fun. Yeah, he starts going up against giant men with metal teeth that can bite through steel cables and stuff. That's Roger Moore. Yeah, but the nice thing about Bond, and this is a consistent thing, like Bond, we all know that Bond is the man that every man wants to be and every woman wants to be with him, right?
Right.
And James Bond, he's what people think Captain Kirk is, right? Because he's intelligent, he's an expert marksman, he is expert with fighting. Although when you watch Roger Moore fight, it's so laughable. But he's an expert with fighting with his fists, with his guns. And of course, he's also quite the ladies' man. But all the Bond films are PG.
Really?
And so even though, yes, James Bond gets much play, I will have to use very, very little high diddly hose, like very, very few. There's like a couple of half a second glimpses of things in a couple of movies. But it's all, yeah, all the Bond movies are like PG and PG-13. And so they are not R-rated racy movies at all. So not a lot of four-letter words, but, you know, sex is implied a lot. You know, like I remember,
Yes.
I remember there's one scene like Roger Moore is sitting with the female agent, and they're in Rio de Janeiro, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And so then they're like, okay, well, tomorrow we'll do this and this and this. And so they're sitting there, and she's wearing like a robe, right? And Bond is sitting there next to her, and he's like, so what do we do if we have 8 hours to kill in Rio and one doesn't know how to samba? And then he reaches over and he grabs the tie of her robe and he starts to untie it and fade to black. And that's what they do. You know, that's how they do Bond. So it's not nasty, you know, hey, let's do all sorts of over the top sex and stuff. Now, I will say this, when we get to the new stuff, with I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, the current Bond. Oh man, help me out here.
Who, the lady?
No.
There's a lady Bond coming out.
No, she's not Bond. Rumor has it that she's the new 007. She's not Bond.
Oh, well, isn't that a distinction? Daniel Craig, by the way. But isn't that a distinction without meaning?
No, that is not a distinction without a... Anyway, so Daniel Craig, in Casino Royale, and I gotta say, this is the sign of a director that knows how to direct and manipulate the audience. There is a torture scene in the movie where Bond is tortured. And it is the most brutal torture scene I think I've ever seen in any movie. In a PG-13 film. Now, Bond is naked and tied to a chair, but you don't see anything. You see him from the side, so you just see like his legs and the side of his body. You know, so you don't see any dangly bits or anything. But the scene with Daniel Craig and Mads Mikkelsen, you know who he is, the actor?
Nicholson?
Mads Mikkelsen. He was the bad guy in Doctor Strange. He's
okay. Yep.
Okay, he's in Casino Royale, and he's trying to get some information from Bond, and this scene hurts. I mean, and like, yeah, Swigger, look at what Swigger just put in the chat. Don't spoil the scene, but, you know, yeah, anybody that's seen this knows what I'm talking about. It is a scene that you can't unsee, and it's in a PG movie. It is so well made, and so, because a good scene, and this is the thing about a well-directed, well-written scene, is you can make the audience feel incredible amounts of sympathetic pain and all that from without showing anything. You know, you don't have to, like in modern movies, they like to have close-ups of body parts getting cut off and stuff like that to gross you out. They don't do any of that in this movie. And seriously, John, yeah, it's brutal. It's a brutal scene. I'm not going to lie, but it's not a graphic scene at all, because they don't show anything. They literally don't show anything. It's all done through good editing, good dialogue, good acting, good sound design, just everything about that scene. And Oh man, it's brutal. You will, yeah. You will, yeah. Yep, that's the scene right there. Anyway,
well, I can't wait.
yeah, yeah. You will definitely. You'll love that one. Anyway, so but that's a ways off because man, getting to the Bond movie. I mean, there's like 20 odd Bond movies, so that's like at the end of next year that we get to that one. Even if we just start with the Bond movies right after Trek.
Right.
So, and yes, I do own all the Bond movies.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I bought the 50th anniversary special edition box set because I love I love all the Bond movies, and so. And you know, honestly, Daniel, look, Casino Royale was a reboot, and I know, like, I wouldn't say, people say, oh, they threw out the continuity. Well, it's just a reboot. And Bond needed a reboot. I'm sorry. Bond, look, Bond cannot have been a secret agent from 1964 all the way through 2021. He would be 112 years old. All right? Can't, you know... You got to reboot. You kind of you have to reboot. It's just it's a necessary thing with a character like Bond. You know that's you at some point you just got to be realistic about it. You know, some of the characters you hate to see go, but you know I get it. You know, like you miss you know, like Desmond as Q, but he passed away before that anyway, and. Which you know you will begin to love the gentleman that plays Q through most of the films. You will love him. By the time he passes away, you'll cry when you realize he's gone. But he was great. He's just like he hates Bond, but he loves Bond, and he's like the Dr. McCoy of the James Bond series. You know, he's like,
all right.
He's like, dude, tried to bring this back in one piece, 007. You know, it's like, but he never does, of course. Anyway, so with that, I know you're probably getting tired, so I will not keep you up all night. So, are we doing a virtual pub this week? Or are you going to snub everybody again?
No, we should be doing it. The only reason I didn't do it this past week was I've been in no condition to do it. Yeah, like today's the first day where I really feel coming up to snuff here.
Okay. So there you go. You hear him commit. He will do it. And if he doesn't do it, then he's going to give everybody money. That's what I'm hearing.
Wait.
Isn't that what you said?
I don't think that's what I said.
Thomas, never say never again. Never happened. Do you know about Never Say Never Again?
The Feifel song from An American Tale?
No. That's a song?
He sang it with Feifel, he makes it to America, you know, separated from his parents. He's a mouse, for the record.
Yeah, I heard the name.
Sings a song with a pigeon. The pigeon played Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. Never Say Never Again. Yeah, it was the whole thing.
I thought he said sang Somewhere Out There.
Well, he did sing that one, the duet with his sister, which but no, this one was just it was with the beard.
Well, no, Never Say Never Again is the one. It's a Bond film that is not part of the Bond continuity. Because it's the only Bond film that was not produced by the Broccoli family. And yes, that's a real thing, the Broccoli family. You'll see that name in the credits of all the Bond films.
All right.
But there was like this little weird, I don't know all the details of it. I'm sorry, I'm not a film aficionado on this one, but there was like this little weird legal loophole where a group was able to make a Bond film because of some kind of legal rights issue. And so they quickly snagged Sean Connery and got him to make another Bond movie, and they made Never Say Never Again, because this was long after Sean Connery had stopped making Bond movies. So get it? Never Say Never Again. And so, but all it was a remake of Thunderball, a previous Bond film. It was the same movie. It was, and in fact, they didn't change the dial. It was Operation Thunderball. There was nothing changed about it. They just changed the title of the movie, and it now stands as the only Bond movie to not have the Bond theme in it.
Huh.
And so it's horrible, and we're not watching it because it doesn't count. It's not a Bond movie. Just because it happens to have James Bond in it, it's not a Bond movie. As I say, you could say The Rock is a Bond movie before you could say Never Again is a Bond movie. Sorry.
Okay.
That's my rant for that one. So no, Thomas, not watching Never Say Never Again. That's the short version of that. However, but you see, now, do you think we should do the Fast and the Furious movies before we do the Bond movies? Because there's less Fast and Furious movies. There's only 9 of those. 10 if you count Hobbs and Shaw.
Dealer's choice.
And the Fast and Furious movies are so ridiculous by the end. I mean, like, wow. You know how you were like, this isn't how physics works?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You know, when you see the car jumping from building to building in Dubai, and you realize that this is still one of the more realistic movies.
Well, we will see them. I am going to hit the hay now.
All right. And Thomas thinks we should do Harry Potter. What do you think?
Not the Potter.
Not the Potter. Not the Potter. Okay. So definitely we'll be doing Harry Potter. That's what I'm getting out of that. All right. So thank you, Matthew, as always. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. And don't forget to stay salty because, I don't know, that doesn't even make sense. But that's what they say on the Salty Nerds podcast. So I got to think of something else. So, well, you are the salt of the earth, but I am the salty trekker. But, I say that on my videos. I don't know. I need something. See, don't take too much salt. Your blood pressure goes up. Well, see, that's not good. I don't know. Later.